Hello everyone, welcome to Trains on Tuesday. Where's November now? My goodness. It's been a long time since I did a layout update. Right now I'm just working on installing this building over here, this grain terminal. It used to be over that way, but had to move it. You'll see why in a moment or two. Anyway, I've got it wired, and I'm going to have to get some holes drilled in there. So if you give me a few minutes, I'll wrap this up, and then we're going to take a look at a layout update. See you in a bit. It's been a little over a year now since I completed the rebuild of this building, and it used to sit over there where this one is, and this one used to sit off to the right. At the time of completion of this one, I did a mini survey, we'll say, and asked if I should start on my next one, which was this kit. And there seemed to be a consensus on that. So I got started on it over a year ago, and I just completed it a week or so ago. It's been a devil of a kit to put together in a lot of ways, not least the lighting that I put in it. The lighting provided quite a lot of challenges. Anyway, I did that one in dirty concrete color, thinking that might be about right. And then I read up as to why elevators are white, and turns out the grain heats naturally, and with the sunlight on the elevators, the silos, fire and explosions can take place quite easily. So I thought I'd better do this one white. So there it is. There's the building. Now I didn't want it looking white plastic, so in actual fact what I did is I took the white plastic and I painted it with a very watered down grey, and then added a few stains. Now we have another grain elevator. Now I'm using these grain elevators not as elevators, but as silos at the docks for loading grain. Now the reason I had to take the other one out from this location and put this one in here is because this is just too wide to fit over there. And this one here, I'm not keeping it there, it goes on the other side of this one. So I'll get that set up, and maybe we can see a little operations here. So an hour later or so, some broken wires, some more resistor installation, and various things, and there we have my Vancouver waterfront, sort of. Got to figure out how to get those backdrops to sit flat. Oh well, we'll have a look at that again in a little while. We'll run some trains and see what it looks like at night. I like the look of that. one piece of progress during the month of October actually has been here at the roundhouse. Some of you may recall that I was having great difficulty lining up the three doorways there with the track. Well, the answer turned out to be to move the roundhouse further back. But in moving it further back, it came over the edge of the table. So, with a few pieces of wood and much of a day of carpentry, getting every piece to fit, I can now extend the table just enough for the roundhouse to sit on there, and I'll be able to get it screwed down, get lighting in it, and we'll be able to run the engines in and out. It'll be nice this winter. Get the turntable and roundhouse tracks all wired up and operating. Another upgrade this over the summer. My daughter kindly treated me to some trees to go around my parking lot at the station. So as I develop that, that's where they're going to end up. Now here's a couple of not directly related items, but they're related in as much as I should be using them while I'm making my railway videos. A neighbour is moving and gave me a couple of tripods. Here's my big camera with this band-aid on to keep the wind out. Anyway, I got these two tripods. The camera I'm holding right now fits on the little one nicely. I've been using that this morning or today to make this video, and this other one will hold my big camera. And it also works as a good hand grip. And when not in use, the legs fold up and slot up inside it. So it'll fit in your pocket when you're not using it, but otherwise, what a handy little tripod. But the only other real development on the railway has been here at the town of Veer, named after my good friend Ken Veer. Now, you may recall, or if you look at old videos, you will see that the station, the building back there, was on this side of the track, and the sawmill was in that corner. Trackage is still, well, the turnout is still there, and you can see the white roadbed where the track used to go in there. But it was always a problem. Servicing the sawmill was really difficult. And also, most of the passenger trains run right-hand running never really seemed to stop at this station. They were always on the wrong track. On the correct track for the other stations, but on the wrong track for this one. So I've flipped the town over, temporarily at least, see how it goes, with the town site on one side and stretching off into the valley there, and the old town in behind, and the sawmill in here. And I think this is going to work out. I think this will work out quite well. I might even be able to fit a little bit of my narrow gauge in here, my HON3, and that would be a thrill. I haven't run that since well, we moved into this house in 1985, so yeah, my HON3 has been in the display shelf since 1985. Sure would be nice to have it running again. Okay, let's have a little bit of a running session. With me, there's always one more thing, isn't there? Way back in this corner here, where the trains come up through the tunnel, there's a turnout. That's a long way back there. Most of my turnouts are manual and they're going to remain that way. That turnout takes cars in behind the chemical plant. I have tried and tried and tried to get that working electrically. The point motor will throw it one way, but it will not throw it the other. So, when the mountains get built here, there's going to be a steel rod sticking out of the mountain, right here at the edge of the control panel. And that, through a linkage, will be point control for there. So I've got that done this year. Okay, let's switch a few cars at the grain terminal. Down at the docks. Now let's see how it looks at night. I think I might have got a couple of those lights a little on the bright side. But this one looks good. And that one looks good. And down inside the car unloading shed, it looks good. Okay, we're going to run those cars back into that terminal now. This is just a start to the lighting in here. We don't want to be operating this much in the dark. With all the challenges this year, which I've had a great deal of fun with, I have ended up with an imbalance of cars on the layout, and I've said that before. So anyway, we're still trying to sort that out, and right now we've got this train here ready to head to the prairie. So we'll get it turned on and get it underway here. Take a look at it coming out through the crossovers, getting onto the eastbound main line. Now as he heads east with empties, up there on the branch line there's a westbound load of full grain cars, so we'll get that one on the way too. Now these two trains have a meet at Veer. Here comes the eastbound, the empties, and to our left we can see the loads waiting to get out, cross over the eastbound main line and get onto the westbound main line. Okay, he's on his way. Well, there we go. There's a little look at, I think, most of the progress that's been made over the summer and fall of 2021. I started work on the grain elevators and what else? Anyway, around the time that I was convalescing, July. So I worked on those through July, August, September, and most of October too. Those and a few other projects too. There is one other thing I'd like to share with you before we wrap this one up, and that is another neighbor gave me this. I hope you can see that okay. Beautiful, beautiful picture of 2153, I think it is. Yes, 2153. A sister engine to our Kamloops Heritage Railway 2141. I don't know what the loco is in behind it. This was a double header. This was an excursion from Sheridan, Manitoba in 1953. And this is an original photograph by the photographer, given to my friend by the photographer. Absolutely gorgeous. It's mounted on foam core, and I plan to get this mounted so that I can hang it. Anyway, that's it. Hope you enjoyed Trains on Tuesday, and look forward to seeing you again next week. Bye for now, everyone.